Over the past 20 years, we've been searching for paranormal activity inside hundreds of haunted locations, conducting thousands of paranormal investigations in search of capturing proof of hauntings and paranormal activity. Some of those locations that we've discovered throughout the years have in fact been places where horrific and violent crimes took place. And some people believe that areas where genuinely and truly violent things happen trap negative energy inside the walls, and that there may even be spirits left behind inside some of these buildings, houses, and haunted halls. So today, let's take a look back at some of those haunted locations that turned out to be actual haunted crime scenes. The first investigation that we're going to be looking back on is one that happened about 5 years ago, and you may not have seen it. It's a video that didn't perform very well, and I think it has something to do with the subject matter contained within this story.
He said in an interview today that his brother had told him in the last 2 months that if he died in an accident, don't believe it.
Oh, wow. Because in 1991, a journalist traveled to Martinsburg, West Virginia to meet with a source for a book that he was writing that he believed at the time may have been one of the biggest stories in American history. Before he left, he told his brother that if anything happened to him, it wouldn't be by his own hand. And then, on August 10th, 1991, this journalist, Danny Casolaro, was found deceased in his hotel room. Cause of death, exsanguination.
We have all of our equipment loaded up here on the cart, and we are standing in the hallway right in front of room 517 in the former Sheraton Hotel.
Yes, we are. I have such an uneasy feeling about walking into this room because this is the actual room that everything went down in.
Yeah.
So,
you think about it, August 1991, a housekeeper walks through this exact doorway, going in to clean the room, and finds journalist Danny Casolaro dead in the bathtub.
Yeah.
And we're about to walk in here. Let's go in.
oh. This is weird, man. This is strange.
I looked right into where the bathtub was.
Yeah.
This is the bathroom. And this is probably not the bathtub, but this is where the bathtub was.
Yes, it is. Are you picking up on that? It's just such a weird, odd energy in here.
Yeah, because what happened to him? He had a whole binder, a whole case, an accordion case full of documents and notes of his work trying to connect these conspiracy theories to different government politicians and different crime rings and crime circles. When they found him, all of it was gone.
Yeah.
Still, it has never been seen to this day. All of those notes that he had with him, gone. What happened? What happened to you, Danny?
There's a lot of mystery behind this story. The police looked into it and investigated it, and they actually determined they believe that Danny Casolaro's death came by his own hand, but many people don't buy that. A lot of people look at his work and the subject matter of his book that he was writing.
Nicaraguan arms deals, stolen computer databases, weapons testing on local Cabazon Indian land, and a lawsuit alleging conspiracy from the highest federal officials for the past 30 years. Bad things seem to happen to those who get too close to uncovering Cabazon Arms and its dealings with the federal government.
And saying that maybe he got too close to the truth. It is an insane story, and that is why to this day, this story of the journalist Danny Casolaro has mystified and stumped conspiracy theorists all around the world. In the fall of 2021, Dave and I actually rented the exact hotel room where Danny Casolaro was found deceased in an attempt to conduct more research, conduct interviews with people who were there at the time that this happened, and to conduct a paranormal investigation inside the room to see if some of that energy left behind might help give answers to the unsolved questions of this story. It was very weird though, because the longer we spent investigating the Danny Casolaro case, the more we realized no one wanted to talk about it. We contacted multiple people with firsthand knowledge of what happened who were a part of the investigation, or who were there when the investigation was taking place, or who were working at the hotel when all of this happened, and nobody wanted to go on camera and talk. But when we investigated inside the hotel room, there were some very chilling things that occurred.
So if my shoe comes into frame here. Cool. Okay, sorry. What? Danny? Are you... Danny, is that you? What? That's... peculiar. Yeah. What? I don't know. That's very strange. Danny, are you here? Are you coming out to talk with us tonight? What the hell was that? Dude. That was on that door. Yeah, it was. Whoa. It sounds like it's about to open. Open that door. What the hell was that? Dude. That was on that door. Yeah, it was. Whoa. It sounds like it's about to open. Open that door. That chair's in front of it, but... Come on, Danny, you can come out and talk to us. Dude, I'm covered in chills. Yeah, me too. Is that the door that someone came through? Did someone come through that door and hurt you, Danny? That was too weird, man. This going off, and then stopping, and then that, like, I don't know. Let me see if I can recreate this. Try the door. Whoa. The dude. You scared me, Danny. If that was you, I'm sorry. I know you like to put it. What was that? What'd you hear? Like a clicking sound. I don't know. We were told you like to put on a show for people, make people happy and smile. That made me jump, so hopefully you got a good laugh out of that. I don't know, you wanna do an SD session? I'll go in there. Yeah, we have it all set up for you in there.
I'll stay out here and ask the questions, and you can go in there and lay in the bathtub where they found Danny Casolaro. We have some candles set up. Hopefully he can draw energy from the candles to talk to you.
All right, folks, let's
Just be careful of the flames.
get me in here. I am old with a bad back, so.
Dan Casolaro? That's interesting. It did not go off one time when I was in the bathroom. Danny, if you're here, can you give us a sign of your presence? Can you show us that you're here? We're here to talk about the octopus. My name's Ryan, that's Dave. We were here last night introducing ourselves to you. This is Martinsburg, West Virginia. This hotel is no longer the Sheraton.
There was a word that came through, but I could not understand it.
Thank you if you responded. But look, if it was my IR light setting off that music box.
Friends?
Yes. Yeah, Danny, we're friends. We want...
Dave. Yes, my name's Dave.
Yeah. Dave's in the tub.
I thought I heard the word suicide.
What? Oh, I got chills so bad right now.
Far from murder?
Far from murder? Danny, what are you talking about? For the past few days of reviewing this spirit box audio, this one puzzled me. Dave's hearing must have been on some sort of superhuman level, because for the last week, I've only heard one word come through. So I applied a denoiser, vocal enhancer, low-pass filter, and various other audio clarity effects to the spirit box audio, and suddenly I started to hear two other words embedded within the white noise. They're very faint, and barely come through as a whisper. And I can't say with 100% certainty that the words make up the message that Dave heard. But take a listen again and see what you hear. You may need headphones to hear this voice.
Far from murder? Far from murder?
Did you hurt yourself, or did someone else hurt you? Thank you. Can you go in there and tell Dave?
Make it or fake it or something like that?
Your family is wondering. Your family has been wondering for 3 decades.
I thought I heard the word Steve come through.
Steve. Who is Steve?
Come on, Danny. Gonna have to speak a little stronger. Steve.
Who is Steve?
5.
5. Danny, I don't know what to make of that. You're gonna have to be a little bit more clear. What happened to you in that bathtub? That's not me, guys, look. That's not me. Come on, Danny.
Feeling very uncomfortable.
Did Ronald Reagan bribe the Iranians to keep the hostages until after his inauguration? Did he do that, Danny? Mr. Casolero, if you're here with us, go in and talk to Dave just like you did. Or if there's someone else, another spirit that knows what happened to Daniel Casolero, please let us know. Go talk to Dave. Danny, on the side of the bathtub, there's candles. Use the flame. The heat from the flame. Draw energy from that. Or from Dave or I, you can draw energy from us too. Draw the energy to talk to us, to talk to Dave.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just felt the bathtub vibrate.
That's weird. I don't know, that's so bizarre. Danny, are you in the bathtub with Dave? Ow. That's weird. All the hair's standing up on my body. I got a really sharp pain in my wrist right now. On the back side of my wrist. Right there. Danny, are you making me feel what you felt? That hurts. It's okay if you are. Ow. That hurts. It's okay if you are. Ow. It's okay if you are.
Taking the headphones off, it's going silent.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn the S box off.
Okay. You sit right there.
Okay, what was that?
I didn't move the camera.
No move? I mean, what in the world? Danny, would you like me to sit in here for a few minutes by myself and talk to you?
We decided that Danny may be more confident to talk to us in a one-on-one conversation. So Dave will stay in the room by himself for a little while. As soon as I leave, I'm going to grab my room key and head down to the lobby to look for coffee and to give Dave and Danny some space to talk.
All right, Danny. It's just us. Won't you come out and talk to me? I hear you making that one in there go off now. Can you push it right off of the side of the bathtub? Now you're checking them out, huh? Hey, yo, Ryan! Thought maybe Ryan would hear me and come back in and see what you were doing. It's pretty cool. Okay, I just heard a noise in the bathroom and a noise right over here. Where'd you go, Danny? Can you come back out? I won't have Ryan come in this time. I know you were an answers man, right? Were you an answers man? You wanted to know the truth, and you wanted other people to know the truth about what's going on. Where'd you go? Danny, did they hurt you and then cover it up? If that's what they did, can you make one of these go off? I know that you know how. But your energy seems to be just coming and going. A lot of people say you got too close to the truth, and certain people didn't like that. Did Looney have something to do with it? The man who rented the room next to you?
Mr. Looney had rented the room next to Danny, and even had drinks with him the night of his arrival to Martinsburg. They shared a conversation about Casalaro's book, and Looney said he wasn't too impressed with his theories. When he was questioned by police, he told them that he played the devil's advocate to Casalaro's research for most of their time together at the Sheraton. That same night, one of Danny's sources turned out to be fruitless, and on Friday afternoon, Casalaro told a bartender that he had had a rough night. If Mr. Looney's criticism contributed to a bad night, it may be a name he remembers. And 45 seconds after Dave asked Danny about the man he had spent most of that Thursday evening with, this happened.
So did Looney have something to do with it? Danny, help me out here. If Looney had something to do with it, can you make this one go off? Anything? Yes. Really? Yes. Yes. Look. Dude, look, it jumped up to a 10.4. Oh, wow. When that Mel meter went off in the bathtub, it jumped up to a 10.4 milligauss. That's crazy. That's a high EMF spike. Yeah. Right at the same time the REM was triggered. Yeah. That means something touched that device. Yeah. Something that is made of electromagnetic energy touched that device, causing it to go off, because the REM triggered and the EMF spiked up from a 0.3, 0.4 where it had stayed for over an hour to a 10.4. If that's not proof that there was something there that touched that, I don't know what is. Yeah, that's pretty wild. That's crazy.
In our opinion, this is probably one of the most interesting videos that we've ever made. And of course, we can't cram all of the details of this case into this compilation video. So if you'd like to see more of what we discovered, the link to the full documentary video will be down in the description. And if you want more details about the case as a whole and all of the details of the conspiracy that Danny Casolaro was investigating for himself, you can go and watch a Netflix documentary called American Conspiracy: The Octopus Murders. But let's move on to the next clip. Clip number 2 is one of the more recent ones because it comes from our second visit to one of West Virginia's most mysterious haunted locations, one of the most mysterious haunted crime scenes in the state. In Babcock State Park sits a secluded cabin available for rentals with the number 13. Cabin 13 in Babcock State Park became infamous and legendary amongst the paranormal community and the true crime community because in the late 90s, a pastor named Michael Flippo took his wife on a getaway in that cabin. Late at night, the police received a call from the State Park's emergency phone, and on the other end was Michael Flippo himself, claiming that he and his wife had been attacked inside the cabin by numerous men who hurt her, hurt him, and then fled into the night. The police showed up, and we actually got to interview the first officer that was on scene, who was the first to discover that Cheryl Flippo was deceased inside cabin 13.
Well, as I approached the cabin, I'd look for anything out of place, disorder or anything. I went to the back door, which would pass on the walkway. I went to knock on it. I opened up the screen door. There's a bag of garbage that fell out of the door. So I know no one had been in or out of that door. I then listened. There was no sounds or anything. I came around to the front door. The door was open, the screen door was shut. I announced myself through the screen door, asked for anybody responding. There's no noise, nothing coming out of the cabin. I shined the flashlight through to see if there was any tracks or anything on the floor. The only prints I seen on the floor was bare footprints. I then entered the cabin. I seen a spot of blood where the pillow would have been. I shined the light around the room, didn't see nothing else. Walked through the room into the kitchen area, checked it, see if anyone was there. No one was there. I came back, set of steps to the right side of the room, led up to a loft. I went up in the loft. There was another bed there with a pillow missing off of it. I looked around the floor for the pillow. I shined the light over top of the rail down into the main room. And that's when I observed her on the floor between the bed and the wall.
Anyone's clear to scene, no transport. Emergency service.
It was determined at that point that a block of firewood had been used, and she was hit with it repeatedly.
But as the investigation went on, they discovered this crime scene seemed rather staged, and a lot of the details that Michael Flippo was relaying to the police just didn't match up. As they looked more into this family and this case, they discovered that Michael had plans that his wife was completely unaware of. He had even taken out a life insurance policy which went into effect just 1 month before she was murdered inside this cabin. After that news broke, it was pretty obvious that Michael Flippo was responsible for this, and the police charged him with his wife's murder. But since this happened, people have told stories of paranormal activity inside this cabin, a mysterious shadow figure that looms over top of people in the loft looking at them while they're asleep. And they've even heard stories of screams coming from the cabin when no one is staying there. Because of this, for years we've wanted to investigate this cabin, and we did get a chance to 2 years ago, which was our first visit to this location. But just last year we returned to the cabin. This time, armed with a letter written by Michael Flippo himself to Dave, trying to explain why he was not the cause of his wife's death. We decided we were going to take the letter inside the cabin and see if it would incite any activity. And what we had happen that night seemed more residual than intelligent, because it all happened when we had cameras alone inside that haunted crime scene cabin. All right, so we're getting ready to leave this house, this cabin, completely empty. We have all the equipment set up, 3 cameras rolling, and we were just joking before we left. This place is kind of set up like a damn music box in and of itself. It's such a small space, and we have so much equipment that we can't even move in here without setting something off. So if there's the possibility that something will get set off, I think it's gonna happen. Yeah. If there's a possibility of any paranormal activity in here, something is gonna set our equipment off, because it is that loaded with equipment. So we'll see what happens while we're gone here. But we have a camera up in the loft pointing down. Remember, that was Officer Bryant's perspective when he first saw and discovered Cheryl back over here against the wall, where we actually have a REM pod tripwire, we have the EMF candle, and remember that letter that Dave actually has written by Mike himself, the man convicted of his wife's death. He's gonna put that letter right here with that millimeter, right?
I sure am. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. And Cheryl, if you're here, I did reach out to Mike and asked him about how he felt about the situation here, and he did respond to me. And I'm going to leave this out here. I don't know if you're able to come and read this or how it works for you, but I'm going to leave it here, and if you want to come over and read it, you're more than welcome. And if you come over and read this thing's probably going to make a noise, but that's okay. We put that there specifically for that reason, so we know if you do come and read it. So I'm going to put this here. That's me. And if you want to come and read that, Cheryl, you're more than welcome.
Wait for it to reset. There we go.
And I think we're going to go ahead and get out of here, right?
Yep. And don't forget, we have a camera in the kitchen as well, right over here, pointed in there, because that's where we had that electric panel box pop open. And if that happens again, we want to capture it. So we have that rolling in there on that area. So
Absolutely.
you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's get out of here.
I am going to grab... That's me.
That's also you. That's you. That's you.
That's all me.
It's all Dave.
I'm going to grab the key, make sure to lock up behind ourselves.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get out of here.
Let's do it.
Let's let the darkness take over.
We're leaving.
We're leaving. I kind of feel disrespectful screaming in here.
I know, that's why I was going to say, I just wanted to say it for the cameras.
All right, Cheryl, we're leaving.
You know how we did this last time? We set all this stuff up so you would come out and try to interact with us. Show us that you're still here. And we want to talk to you about what happened that night with Mike later when we get back. Make sure that you go over and read that letter. Okay.
We're locked. Let's head to the car. There you go. Can you hold that for a second? All right. We're in. We're gonna go to the store, grab a couple things. We're gonna come back and see what Cabin 13 has to offer, I guess, when we get home and review this. Because again, all these camera angles, we won't review this until we get home, so we don't know what's going on in there right now. When we get back, maybe we'll park up out here and do our little experiment. What do you think?
Yeah.
See what we can have happen.
Let's do it. If you want to come over and read it, you're more than welcome. And if you come over and read this thing's probably going to make a noise, but that's okay.
So we made it back from the store. We're sitting out here. The cameras have been rolling for about 45 minutes.
They have been, yep.
So who knows what they're capturing in there, who knows what they're catching, but we just wanted to try and see if we could do a quick ghost tube session out here since we haven't been using ghost tube inside the locations. We had some creepy stuff happen on past investigations, some really relevant stuff coming through sitting in the car outside while the cameras are still rolling inside.
Yes.
So, turn this up. Can you tell us what happened at the cabin behind us and over the hill? Where we're going to be staying and investigating tonight. Had something terrible happen.
I left something on the dresser.
Who is he?
I left something on the dresser down there. What was that?
Move it.
Move what? Move what Dave put there?
Me.
You moved it? Wouldn't you if we walked in there and the letter was moved?
That would be crazy. Yeah, that'd be pretty amazing, though. Yeah, you get if you want to move what I put down there, you can.
What was that?
It's that guy walking by.
I'm damn scared the out of me.
Is he coming over here?
No.
Oh.
Hag.
Hag?
All I heard was footsteps, and I was like, "What is about to
That was
happen?"
freaky a little bit.
Yeah, there was when we were driving back into the road, there was a guy that actually scared the out of us. He walked in front of the car, and he works for the park. He was wearing the park uniform. But it's creepy at 9 o'clock at night, 9:30-ish, 9:15-ish, whenever we drove through there to just see someone just walk across the tiny little one-lane road.
Yeah, it was a little unsettling.
We're gonna go back in. You haven't said anything that makes us think that you're listening to us.
Well, let's head back down to the cabin.
Oh,
I bet that guy sees some creepy stuff out here sometimes.
Probably.
I'm still rolling on audio, by the way.
yes.
Okay.
I am too. I'm gonna roll.
In the corner.
Okay, that's weird.
What?
It just said in the corner,
It said in the corner.
which is where she was found.
Mm-hmm.
Behind the bed and the wall back there in that corner.
Yeah.
That's weird.
How's it going? All right. I bet you see some weird stuff out here, don't you?
Usually not.
Do what?
Usually not.
Usually not.
Nah, it's pretty quiet around here.
Yeah.
Occasional snake or bear or something, that's about it.
Nothing
Nah.
weird like with that or anything down there.
Nope.
We didn't realize you were standing over there when you walked across the road when we pulled in and you walked across. Because we were just driving and all of a sudden you walked across the road. We're like, holy shit. That was funny. Hey, have a good night.
You never know around here.
That's right. Have a good night. Thank you. All right, down we go.
House.
We're back.
Never.
Well, it's not moved.
It's not moved.
I don't know.
Residual energy aside, because, you know, there's lots of theories about that, and a lot of people have different theories about residual paranormal activity, but if the residual energy is still here, that's not something that we can communicate with. That's just something you can experience if you're in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. And I mean, maybe it had something to do with the last time that we were here. It was so close, in such a close time frame of when it actually happened.
Yes.
That residual energy was here.
So close, in fact, that it was the same day of the week of the exact month that it happened. Could also be for the fact that maybe whoever's in here is intimidated. Maybe we should do another we should go out and have a sit by the bonfire, relax a little bit, and leave a camera sit in here. And I'm thinking maybe leave the Ovilus run since it hasn't said anything.
Yeah.
Maybe step out and see what it says once we leave the house and go start a fire and just hang out.
Yeah, we can do that.
Leave a camera in here while we're outside, just relaxing, not even paying attention to anything paranormal, not thinking about the paranormal, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Tripwire over here by the door.
Oh, the tripwire went off?
One of them did, yeah.
Is that what you want? You want us to go outside and leave? Because we can do that. And then we'll see you guys, because we're going to set up some cameras while we sleep in here.
Oh, yeah.
So, let's go ahead and the three of us are going to go outside. Let's leave this camera alone inside this cabin. See if anything happens while we're sitting outside not paying attention.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. With the cabin once again empty, and all three of us out at the fire ring, something strange happens. During our last session, the Ovilus sat on the table for nearly an hour and didn't speak a single word. But after 5 minutes, in this empty cabin, it started to speak.
Numbers. Certain.
Over the next 12 minutes, it spoke less than 10 words, none of which were relevant. But then, 16 minutes after we walked out the door, the Ovilus said the first of 4 words that shocked us.
Kill. Pastor. Wife. Murder.
To have one of these 4 words come through would be peculiar, but to have all of these 4 words come through within 5 minutes is chilling. On April 30th, 1996, someone traveled to this cabin to
Kill.
The man convicted of the crime was Reverend Michael Flippo.
Pastor.
The victim was his
Wife.
Cheryl Flippo. And the crime committed was
Murder.
It's important to point out that over the course of this nearly 2-hour clip, when the cabin was completely empty, many other random words did come through the Ovilus, none of which were relevant to the history at all.
Soldier. Shot. Aura. Tina. Nighttime. Project. Proton. Felt. Ride.
So this begs the question, are these 4 words evidence of some spirit or energy finally succeeding in using the Ovilus to communicate? Or is this just a coincidence, and these 4 words were randomly generated by the Ovilus within a 5-minute time frame? What do you think? Tell us in the comments below.
Scan. Give.
It was a stark contrast to what happened the first time we were there. We had strange and unusual things happen that seemed to be intelligent communication the first time we were there, but this time it seemed like the cabin was completely silent until we would leave cameras alone in there, and then strange things began to happen. But either way, if you'd like to see that contrast for yourself, the links to both of the Cabin 13 investigations are down in the description. In October of 2024, we traveled to Belle, Plaine, Iowa to conduct what is our most in-depth investigation behind any case that we have ever investigated. In the summer of 1987, an entire family violently lost their lives inside a tiny house in Belle Plaine, Iowa.
In 1987, Donald Fox Jr. took a shotgun and shot his father in the bedroom, and then went and shot his mom in the dining room, and then shot himself.
As we started this investigation, we began to realize just how much mystery this case was shrouded in. So we took it upon ourselves to spend almost an entire afternoon at the courthouse and going to the police department and trying to locate some of these missing facts in the actual police investigation that have been lost to time. So there's so much mystery and so much untold story behind this case that it made the paranormal investigation that much more important to us. When we went into it, we wanted to tell the story the right way. We wanted to tell the story in a way that no one else had ever told the story before. And that led us into some in-depth research, finding documents and finding connections and trying to figure out exactly what might have happened that day in Belle, Plaine, Iowa. But of course, this video is all about the paranormal investigation and the paranormal activity that we captured inside these haunted crime scenes. So if you want to know more about the physical paper evidence and documents that we discovered, the link to the full documentary will be in the description. But what I'm going to play for you now is a portion of our paranormal investigation inside the house where the crimes took place that was pretty shocking to us, where we believe the name of either the murderer or the murder victim came through on our spirit box.
The only thing that I will say is still something about this room is just so, I don't even know, I want to say aggressive feeling, but there's nothing or no one there. So I can't compute that.
Right. Well, let's go get some sleep. We're going to come in here during the day tomorrow. We're going to come in here tomorrow night. We're going to see if anyone wants to interact with us, talk to us. It's a very successful day. We found out a lot about the house, about the family. Let's go ahead and grab this stuff and head out.
Are we gonna cut?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah.
Just what?
I don't know. I can't explain it. I'm trying to remember the last time that I kind of felt that emotionally like attached to something was Moon River. I don't know, but and it's like, do you guys feel that? It's just like overwhelming, like oppression. That's the word. Like
Re-rolling?
so oppressive.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? The house itself had a lot of anger with the Fox family and everything that happened there, and then the most recent situation with what happened with Vicky and Gary. You know, there's been a lot of anger in this house. I mean, you saw it. We saw it when we were in there earlier. You know, the holes punched in the walls.
Yeah. Yeah.
It could be that energy and that emotion trapped in here, or it could be that this place is just... There's no explanation for walking into a place and suddenly feeling that anger and that frustration.
It's more of like frustration, but also
hopeless and helplessness.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I wasn't trying to turn that into a whole...
No, I think it's important, but I do think it would be a good idea for you, since you're feeling so affected by it, to step outside.
Yeah.
And to not be exposed to it for just a minute, even before we pack this stuff up. And I think a good way to do that is just for 10, 15 minutes. You and Connor go outside, and I'm going to sit in Junior's bedroom for 10 minutes by myself.
Okay.
And just see what happens.
Okay.
And
I'm going to go sit in the car then.
yes. Whoa. Let me just go ahead and do that. I'm going to set that in airplane mode. That was what was making that go off, it seems, because as soon as I put it in airplane mode, it stopped. All right. Belle, Plaine. Placing over here. Donnie, I just wanted to come and talk to you. And I would love it if you could talk back and give some answers. I'm sure living in this house was difficult for you. Did you know your half-brothers? Did you have any relationship with them? But it was a lot of anger in this house, wasn't there? Not just with you and your parents. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in general. What do you want to see done with this house, Donnie? Ending.
Donnie, I just wanted to come and talk to you. And I'd love it if you could talk back and give some answers. I'm sure living in this house was difficult for you.
Nothing there. All right, I have a box right here that I'm getting ready to leave for the night. For whoever's here, whether it's Donnie, if you're here, or anyone that's here, can you please come through this box? We're going to be leaving for the night, but we'll be back tomorrow. And we want to hear about you, how you're feeling, whatever it is you want to tell us. See, the thing is, we don't think your story has been told. We don't think that anyone's actually been able to tell your story the way it's supposed to be told. Well, let me just introduce myself. My name is Ryan, and my friend's Dave. And we have Connor with us as well. He's the guy that has the camera that's been running around with us. We We just heard that this house is in danger of being torn down. Can you say your name? My name is Ryan. Just very quickly, please. I'm going to have to leave here in just a second. My camera in there is about to run out of battery. Whoa. I'm gonna have to play that back because I swear I just heard a man's voice come through there and say Donald. I swear. Whoa. Whoa. I'm gonna have to play that back because I swear I just heard a man's voice come through there and say Donald. Was that you, Donald? Donald, is this your room? It's nice to meet you. We have all these lights around, and tomorrow we're going to come back and we're going to try and speak to you, try and allow you to let your voice be heard, allow you to try and tell your story and tell the world what happened in this house, if possible. Can you do that for us? Okay, we're gonna have to recharge these batteries tonight, and then come back in here fresh tomorrow and try and see what we can have happen. But for now, we're gonna call it a night because we got a long day and a long night tomorrow night. It's time for day 2. No, I mean, oh. So those are the same batteries?
Oh no, I put new ones in it.
Whoa.
Now something.
Hello? That REM pod has been set up there for how long and it hasn't made a single peep?
For being a house with no... So what? Okay, so it's weird to me that there is a reading in here, but there's no electricity in here.
Right.
I mean, it could be, like Nick said, the aquifer under this town is creating energy.
Right. That there's a slight bit of electricity being created by the running water that flows underneath of the town.
Yeah. And he told us that they actually did a scientific study on that. That's not just...
Jumping between a 0.3 and a 0.4, which isn't much.
No.
But it's still more than a flat 0 that a house should be reading from having absolutely no electricity inside of it. I would say your headache that you're having could possibly be coming from some sort of dust, maybe? If it is naturally explainable, it would probably be dust before it would be EMF. I'm going to set the spirit box down right there for a second.
All right, so I set up a circle of doom here from Amy's crypt.
Whoa. Do you think that could be the train going by? I mean, we've had there were trains going by all night last night, and not a single REM pod went off.
No, it just said no over here.
It said no on the
Just
epoch?
literally said no as you said that.
Donnie, are you happy we came to visit you again? If you are, Donnie, can you touch that blue light again so that we can see that you're here? That's one way for us to be able to see you. Like I told you last night, we're here to tell your story, and we're not here to judge anyone or anything that happened. We want you to tell us about your life. We're not even really concerned about what happened and what you did. Besides, maybe if you're okay, because it would take something very extreme to make someone do something like that. What was that?
Did you hear a voice?
I did. Did you hear that? That was in this house.
I heard a female voice.
I did not hear one, guys.
There's nobody out here.
There's nobody out here. Let me just get a shot down the side here to show them.
That was very clearly a voice. I don't know. I couldn't make anything out.
Okay. That was weird.
Yeah, there's nobody out there.
No.
Yes.
Francis, did we just hear your voice? Did you try and say something? If you did, can you try touching one of these, all of these antennas that we have set up around here? We know that something horrible happened in this house. And you probably didn't even know that it was going to happen. Is anybody's spirit still in this house? I'm talking to Francis, Don Jr., Vicky, or anyone else that may have passed away here.
We heard through the grapevine there also may be a little boy named Walter. Another young man that passed away in the house next door.
If any of you are here, can you let us know, please?
Let me run in. I just got to turn on the music box that I put in. That I put in Don Sr.'s room there.
Okay. I wonder if we could move this to like...
Make sure that Sadicam can see it.
Yeah, it should see that.
Yes.
Whoops. Whoa. It's not.
I just moved, fellas. Let me. Hey, let me try that again. I moved as I went off.
Okay.
Never mind.
And then let me move how I did? No. And that time a train wasn't even going by. That set off the millimeter in here before it set off this.
I mean, that's... There was no giant walking through the house. That's...
Do you like that blue light in the doorway, Donnie? I think that's what you like being called. One of your neighbors we talked to said that that's what you like being called.
Just let it yes, and then you puck.
Ooh. Well, Donnie, can you answer something for us? Donnie, did you go to Thomas Jefferson High School in Cedar Rapids until your sophomore or through your sophomore year? If you did, can you set off any of this stuff right here? Or make the green... Yes, it just lit up yes.
Wow. Oh shoot, can you flip the EDI back up?
Oh yeah, I forgot I knocked it over. There we go. We think that we may have found a picture of you in the yearbook. Would you like to see that picture again?
Did you like living in Cedar Rapids more than Belle Plaine?
Did the candle do something there? No? Okay. Rolling. Bedroom / living room. Belle Plaine house. How about it, Donnie? Did you like living in Cedar Rapids more than you liked living here in Belle Plaine?
Yes.
We're sorry to hear about what happened to you when you were at work. Taking that fall and then having that pretty bad head injury. Did you feel trapped here because of your disability from that injury?
Donnie, when we were in here last night, were you still in your bedroom in there watching and listening to us, what we were doing?
If you were in your room, Donnie, or you're in your room now, you seem to have found this light. You can also touch that one over there on the other side of the room if you can see it. It's the green light with the weird orange screen on it. I'm going to go ahead and stop on this while we wait for that. Feel free to touch that in there while we're listening back to this. We're going to try and see if you put your voice on this box like I tried to get you to do last night, but...
Bedroom/living room. Belle Plaine house. How about it, Donnie? Did you like living in Cedar Rapids more than you like living here in Belle Plaine?
Nothing on EVP. I did a little bit of this last night. I walked in here and I thought someone said the name Donald. I think. Whoa. I'm gonna have to play that back because I swear I just heard a man's voice come through there and say Donald. And just like last night, I'm gonna roll on this and see if you can put your voice on it. Donnie? Francis, are you here? Francis, you have a beautiful home. I think that was a car door.
No, the EDI just fell over.
Oh. It's probably me walking through there.
I just caught it.
That chair's really, really touchy.
I caught it falling over.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think I had a hard time getting it to stand up on that chair anyway.
Francis, what are we watching on TV tonight?
I don't know if you know how this works, whoever's here. If you get close to me, we think you can put your voice on this sound that this box is making, and if you yell loudly enough.
Just said no.
Epoch said no.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to speak? If you don't want to speak, just come through this box and say no really loudly, and I'll shut it off.
You can use it just like a microphone.
Can you come and stand next to me? Maybe you can come and stand right here in this area with me, and we can talk.
What happened right there?
Here's where I was standing last night when I thought I heard a man's voice come through.
We've also got a candle right there. Do you like candles? I thought I heard something come through there.
Does that sound like a woman? Francis, I bet you probably had a lot of candles through here. No, on the epoch.
If you don't like candles being lit in your house, you can blow that one out. You just got to get close to it.
Yeah, and it'll go out. We apologize if that's the case.
Epoch just said no.
No. What was that?
Outside noise, guys.
Was it?
Yeah.
Is there someone out that window? It sounded like it was close to the house.
I don't see anybody. Doesn't mean it wasn't.
Yeah. I tell you what, since no one's talking here, I'm going to go talk to Mr. Donald Sr. here. Sir, I heard you were in the Navy. Thank you for your service. Don't what? Sir, can you just come through so we know you're here and tell us again your name? If we hear your name, we'll know it's you. We're going to have to go here soon. We're going to be back tonight, though. We have to go meet with Nick. You know Nick? We're going to go meet with him and show him some things. We think we found a picture of your son, Donnie.
It lit up yes, and I held it down for a hot second over here.
Really? The epoch said yes?
Yes.
Is that okay if we come back and talk to you later then, sir? So that we can find out more about you?
Say no. Heard you.
What?
Something moved in the kitchen.
it loud?
It just sounded like something moving in there. Yes. Epoch lit up, yes.
So you know Nick, and you're okay with us coming back. I mean, Senior may not want us to, but Francis and Donnie, would you be comfortable talking to us? Or Vicky? Okay, I'm gonna shut this off. Thank you. We'll be back later, okay?
I think that could be me. Sorry, I was trying to move over.
Do what you did again? Yes, that was you. Okay.
Sorry. We've got 20 seconds.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go meet up with Nick and go show him some of the information that we found out in our research about the family, the house. And we're gonna come back here later and investigate, so stay tuned for that. Thank you, everyone. We'll be back here in just a little bit. It's important for me to say before we move on that since our investigation came out last October of the Belle Plaine murder house, as it is called, or the Fox family home, other YouTube channels have gone and investigated it and have put claims out there of demonic activity being some form of influence in the violent crimes that happened inside this house. And I wanted to take a moment just to say that we do not believe that that is the case. We don't believe that anything demonic influenced anyone to commit any acts of violence inside the house. And in fact, from the digging and evidence that we found on our investigation when we were there for 3 days and 2 nights, actually told a very human story of a person who was struggling and people that were struggling. So if you would like to watch our version of the Belle Plaine murder house, or our investigation of the Belle Plaine murder house, please go to the link in the description, as I said earlier, and watch it to find out more details about this case and about what we captured, more of what we captured inside the house. This next clip is probably the oldest in this compilation, coming from the middle of 2020 to early 2021. And it is a case that actually is very close to home for us. I was born and raised in Moundsville, West Virginia, and just 10 to 15 miles up the river in Wheeling, West Virginia sits a house where a dramatic unsolved crime took place. The case came to our attention when our friend Pam called and told us about it because her brother owned it. And the house itself, he was either going to restore it or tear it down, and he was unsure of what he was going to do yet. But she had told us that there was a very dramatic unsolved crime that took place inside this house where a married couple named James and Kristen Anderson both passed away. And one of them, Kristen, the wife, to this day has never been found. The details of the case are very mysterious because Kristen just up and vanished without a trace. Nobody suspected her husband, James, and in fact, he did multiple interviews with the local news talking about how he wanted his wife to be brought home, until they discovered security footage of James himself going to Kristen's friend's apartment to speak to her during some marital dispute, and they caught footage, or they saw footage, of him carrying her out and putting her in the trunk of his car. After that, the police turned their interest towards him, and as the pressure continued to rise on James, eventually he couldn't take it anymore. He called his friend on the telephone, confessed to his friend what he had done, and then took his own life in the living room of the house. At the time that all of this was happening, Pam's family was living behind the house, had the garage next door, and it is a very strange fact of the case that James was offered a 55-gallon oil drum that was sitting alongside the garage, and James denied it at first, But then one day the 55-gallon oil drum just went missing, and nobody knew really who took it. But Pam's family suspects that maybe James had taken the oil drum and he used that in some form of disposal for his wife. But some suspect that maybe he took the oil drum and threw it in the river because the house sits right along the Ohio River. Others suspect that he buried the oil drum or put it somewhere else entirely. Nobody really knows. But we felt like it was an important case to investigate because of the unknowns, because of the question marks, because Kristen has never been found to this day. We felt that if there was a chance that we would capture any paranormal activity that could point towards some sort of a resolution or answer, that it was worth the try. So we went into the house, not just in June of 2020, but also in January of 2021, and tried to make communication if there were any spirits or energies left behind inside the house. And what made this case so unique was it was the first time in the history of Paranormal Quest that we actually brought in someone who claimed to be a psychic medium. We don't generally trust psychic mediums in today's day and age, specifically because there's a lot of fame involved behind that. People will claim to have abilities or gifts that they don't have to try and get fame and fortune. But the psychic medium that we knew, and I've known for years and years and years, is a woman who does not even want her face to be shown on camera. She does not want her real name to be used in any sort of media or publication. So we decided that we were going to bring her to the house for her to take a walk through and for her to have absolutely no knowledge of what happened there. We met her at a grocery store and she followed us to the house. We didn't even tell her what house we were going to. We pulled in, walked into the house, and just saw what she picked up on. And this is a clip of what Molly picked up on, and then a clip of our investigation just 6 months later in January of 2021.
All right, so we are on our way back to the house, and there is a woman that we are bringing with us to walk through the house with us. Her name is Molly, which that's not her real name, by the way. She doesn't use her real name, but we'll get into that in a second. Molly, since she was very young, has had some very interesting experiences where she has been able to learn things that other people don't know. She's been able to see what she perceives as spirits, and I've seen on many occasions, because I've known her for many years, where she has not only blown my mind, but the minds of people around me, of knowing things that she should not be able to know. One of the reasons I trust her more is because she's not in it for the notoriety. She doesn't want her face on camera. We're going to be shooting around her as to not get her face on camera. She's not in it for attention. We're going to be using her audio, and we're going to be walking through in an attempt to get answers in this case, because if any case were to need answers, it's this one. And I feel like this is the best case to bring her along on to do a walkthrough. If she picks up on something, that's great, and we can pursue that lead. But if she doesn't, that's fine too. When we get there, we're going to be going straight in to see what she picks up on. We're going to walk through the house here. Molly's going to see what she picks up on, and we are going to basically see if we can get any leads on whatever is going on here. So, that's good. All right, let's go. Right. Wait. I'm rolling. All right.
Wow. My chest is really tight. There's a blonde-haired girl in here. She's at the top of the stairs. She's not very old. I'd say she's 25 maybe. She's motioning you to go upstairs.
Should we go up there? You want to both go up there, or you want just me?
She wants you.
She wants me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm coming upstairs. You should be good right there. That way you don't lose her audio on the mic pack. If there's anybody here, there's a lady down there at the bottom of the stairs who can talk to you. Will you tell her things about you?
She's saying she's afraid. She keeps saying, I just can't leave. I just can't leave.
Well, why can't you leave?
She's asking you if you can help her leave.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help you leave. But you know what we have to do before we can help you leave.
She's saying nobody's going to find me.
That's what we're trying to do. Why don't you think we're going to find you? Why don't you think anybody's going to find you?
He made sure that nobody would find me.
You're freaking me out. Do you want to go down to the basement?
Sure. Can't be any scarier than here.
Now, Molly, nobody has said anything to you about this house, right?
No, I don't know anything.
You don't know anything at all. Just to clarify for everybody that is listening to what you're saying, just so that they understand.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Just so you can see that. And be careful on this bottom step because it's a little bit loose.
There's a lot of people in here.
Really?
Yes. More than you realize. There's an older man in here with a white shirt on and a black suit. There's a little boy upstairs that's about 3 years old. There's a woman here that's older. She's about 75 or 80 with gray hair. And they're all kind of just standing here watching you.
So you said that they'll never find her. Do you feel like she's still here, or do you feel like she went somewhere else?
Her spirit is here, but not her body, so she can't connect the two. She doesn't know where she's going. She's very confused.
So you don't think her body is here?
I don't feel her body here.
I don't know how you connect with them, but is she able to tell you maybe if she's not here where she is?
She doesn't know where she is.
She doesn't, okay.
I think whoever did her in did it from the back of her. She didn't know where she was. I think he choked her and took her someplace dark. But I keep seeing water. Well, this man down here has a white suit, a white shirt with a black suit. Looks like maybe from the 40s.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The other woman that's with him has got gray hair. She's older. She's a little box of me. She's just kind of standing here. They did something here in the basement, and it wasn't legal. So I'm not sure if they were making gin or they were doing something else, but I think they're afraid for you to find out what they had done.
Do you want to walk upstairs just to see if there's anything that way, you know?
Sure.
First. Okay. Do you want to walk into some of these other rooms here?
Yeah, let's just see what's in here. Well, this house is really old. I still think there's a well or a cistern here close by. And I don't think she really went very far before he did her in. I really don't.
Right.
Because I'm feeling her body up here for some reason. How about if we go upstairs?
We can.
If I can, like, shake this
What
off.
was that? Did you hear that?
If I can, yeah, somebody walking.
Yeah, and it sounded like something was thrown up there, like a rock. Hold on. That would have been, okay, in relation to where we were, it would have been in this room right here.
Okay, she's brought us up here to look out this window for some reason. See, I don't know what this was like when this house was first built. Okay, she's confused. She doesn't know what you're doing or...
Now here's a question. If there was someone that were to have passed on after her, would she be able to be aware of that? Or do you think that's something that she would not know?
I don't think she knows. She seems very confused. She seems like she can hardly see anything other than the darkness. That's why she's so scared. She's so sad. She can't even go out the door. She's so sad. She's afraid. She doesn't know where she's at. I think when she looks out the windows or out the door, it's dark.
Okay.
So she doesn't know her way. What if we had a light at the door? Would that help? She's saying maybe.
A light at the door?
The light at the door.
Okay. All right. Well, is there anyone else you wanted to walk in here before we...
We're good.
Good?
Yep.
Okay.
It's okay with you?
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
All right.
Hello?
Hello, Molly. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So we're back at the Haunted House of Tragedy tonight, and we wanted your input.
Right. It's funny that I went by the house the other day and was drawn to it. That was weird. I felt like there was someone standing in the door, and I think it's the gentleman that's still there. He's very angry and unhappy. I think she's gone.
Now, you said that he's angry and that we should be careful. Now, do you think he's angry because we tried to help Kristen move on? You say that she has moved on and that he's the only one there in the house from what you picked up on, but do you think he's angry because we tried to help Kristen and possibly successfully helped her move on?
Yes, and I think he's like stuck there too. I mean, I feel real bad for him, but he's afraid to leave. She's gone. She's happy and she's gone. I really feel like he doesn't know where he's going. Is he going to go to hell or is he going to go to heaven? He's afraid to leave.
What do you think we can do to communicate with James?
I think if you went in quietly, maybe some soft music, maybe some soft words to talk to him and not just rush right in, maybe ask him if he needed prayer, I think he will answer you in some way.
We're kind of hoping to find out where Kristen was hidden. Do you even think that's even possible at this point?
I don't know if he'll ever tell anybody, because then you would know all about him and what's inside of him. I still think she's gone, though, but where he put her is still... I still think she's somewhere where there's water.
Yeah, it's really tough to tell because there's that mystery with the 55-gallon oil drum that went missing the day that Kristen disappeared.
Right, yeah. But remember, I think there's something else there with him. I think there is an animal there with him. A spiritual animal. I think it's a big dog. Now, I don't know where the dog has come from. I don't know if the dog lived there prior or he made the dog come. I'm not sure. I don't know if he even had a dog at all. Maybe in his, life that he was living.
Yeah, I don't know if he had a dog, but it makes sense because if he valued that companionship, he'd probably hold on to it. Whether it's actually a spirit of a dog or just energy that's left behind from that pet, I don't know.
Maybe the dog is big. It's a big dog, like a shepherd dog, but it's kind of like brown with like black through it.
Do you think that we have a good possibility of facing an aggressive energy or entity tonight when we go into the house?
Yes, I do.
Do you think the aggressive energy, do you think that is James?
Yes. Yes, he's very angry. Be very careful. He's very smart.
Well, thank you, Molly. We really appreciate you talking to us, taking time out of your evening to give us some input on this, and we're really looking forward to the investigation tonight. We're going to be careful, we promise. When we go into this house, we're going to be careful tonight. So thank you for all of your input, and we'll tell you soon what happened.
That's it. We're alone in the haunted house of tragedy. The four of us for the first time since last May. So
That's right.
Dave has arrived back here, and we're ready to start the investigation. We're all four going to start on the upper floor, and we are going to work our way down. Let's head up.
Let's do it.
James, if there is anyone that you would like to talk to, we came in a little bit ago, and we were hoping to have a conversation with you. We understand that you did a terrible thing, but we're not here to judge you. What we'd like to do is give you the opportunity to come out and talk to us and tell us your side.
What is that noise?
I don't know.
What is that noise?
I don't know.
What is that noise?
I don't know. James, what drove you to do something like that?
James, we understand if you're upset at us because we helped Kristen move on, but you have to realize that it was necessary. You couldn't keep her here forever.
James, if you're wondering how you can speak with us, in my left hand I have a little device that can hear your voice. If you walk up to my left hand and speak as loud and clearly as you can, we should be able to hear you.
Look at that red light at the top of the stairs on the banister. You can use that too.
So you went over to the apartment complex in Martin's Ferry to talk to her, to talk to Kristen.
What was that?
I heard that.
I've got hair standing up on the back of my neck.
I do too.
Yeah. To talk to Kristen. To talk to Kristen.
What was that?
I heard that.
I've got hair standing up on the back of my neck.
I do too.
Yeah.
But remember, I think there's something else there with him. I think there is an animal there with him. A spiritual animal. I think it's a big dog.
To talk to Kristen.
What does it sound like?
I know your recorder definitely picked it up because it sounded like it was right between us.
I could hear it clearly, yeah.
No, they're still in the car. And this is a dead-end street, so... What were you saying there, Ryan?
I was gonna say that you went over to the apartment complex to talk things out with her, try and work things out. Can you tell us what happened from there?
Did anybody else just feel like the energy change in here just a little bit?
Yeah, there's a cold breeze on my left hand right now.
Like intensifying or like declining?
Yeah, intensifying.
Yeah, there's a cold breeze.
Let me come over there then.
It's moving.
We walking? Get in here while I want.
Put your hand out, Steve. Feel this. Do you not feel cold?
Right here, yeah. I do feel here.
It feels
It's
almost like
cooler.
it's moving.
Yeah, it's
in
like
one
radiating.
place.
I didn't want to say anything, but when you were standing where you were, I thought I saw like a quick thing behind you in the hallway. I didn't want to say anything because there's lights and cars and stuff. But then as soon as I saw that, then it was kind of like the energy shifted a little bit in here.
It's different in this area than over there.
It's so strange.
Who is here with us right now?
Every time we bring up you going over to Martin's Ferry, it gets a little strange in here.
Did you hurt her when you were still in Martin's Ferry, or did you hurt her back here at the house? What happened?
You're allowed to tell your side of the story. That's why we're here.
James, we know you had a friend whose name was Mark. Do you remember him?
I got a chill there. Whew.
Yeah, I'm still feeling this cold spot.
Yeah, no. Every hair on the back, on my back and the back of my neck is standing up.
Was she pregnant?
She could have been, and nobody would have ever known.
Is that why you killed her? Was she pregnant?
What's that?
I don't know, but I got cold chills.
What's that? What's that?
You want to try the S-Box for a few?
Yeah, sure.
Whoa. Something there. James, did you just talk to us? That was
I
creepy.
thought I heard it say yeah. Here.
It just said here.
She's here.
She's here. James, is Kristen still here? Or is this where you hid her? James, can you please tell us where you put her? So,
Please.
What's that? James, it might help you have closure if you help us find Kristen.
James, if you tell us where she is, we can have Steve say a prayer for you. See if that'll help your soul.
All right, James, yes or no? Is Kristen in the Ohio River? Yes or no? Is she in the Ohio River? Yes. Oh my God, did you hear that?
James, did you put her in that 55-gallon drum? Say yes again.
It sounded like it. Very close.
I did. Kristen. I just heard Kristen.
Yeah.
That was a weird voice. Sounded like it said, damn it.
Is this the room where you ended your life? Who were you on the phone with when it happened?
Who were you on the phone with, James? Mark. It just said Mark.
It did.
That was clear as f. Thank you, James.
How'd it go?
Are you sitting down?
Yes.
Okay, so we got a couple interesting voices over the spirit box here.
Okay.
Some of them speculative, but the one that we for sure heard, I said, James, who were you on the phone with before you shot yourself? And it very clearly came through and said Mark.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
On the
It did.
box. Who were you on the phone with, James? Mark. It just said Mark.
It did.
That was clear as f. Thank you, James.
We all heard it.
Yeah.
We all heard it.
Very clear.
Time.
To us in the moment, it was absolutely mind-blowing. We had never taken someone who claimed to have psychic abilities into a house doing the best that we could to ensure that they had no knowledge of the history of the house, and then have them come out with very pointed and on-the-nose predictions, visions, whatever you want to call them. Molly, as she moved through the house, said things that we know that she couldn't have known. And that was probably the most mind-blowing and shocking part of that paranormal investigation. But I will say that it is a sad fact that still to this day, Kristen Anderson's body has never been found. Nobody knows what James did with her. And so if there is anyone out there who happens to watch this video, please, if you know anything or you heard anything, call the Wheeling Police Department and give them anything to try and help to make sure that one day Kristen is found and she can be brought home. All right, we've made it to the last clip in this compilation, and I wanted to say that this is one that we used in the Estes compilation, but it is just too interesting to pass up. In October of 2023, we conducted an experiment trying to investigate the links between the Villisca Axe murder house and the Sally house. Now, the reason this particular video made this compilation is because, of course, the Villisca Axe murder house is one of the most famous haunted crime scenes in American history. A crime scene where in 1912 a family went to church only to come home and not realize that there was an intruder hiding in their home. In the night, this intruder crept out into the home and brutally murdered 8 people inside this house, 2 adults and 6 children. 2 of the children were of the Moore family. The other 2 children were 2 sisters from the Stillinger family that just came over to spend the night. And that intruder, after he finished his gruesome work, went to the kitchen, made himself breakfast, and then left, never to be seen again, and never to be captured. For this experiment, I was completely alone inside the Villisca Axe murder house, while Dave was completely alone inside the Sally house. That's 2 hours apart. Neither of us were close to one another. We were completely alone, completely isolated inside 2 of America's most haunted houses. Now, on this investigation, of course, like I'd stated, we went to try and make any sort of connection between the Sally house and the Villisca Axe house, being that they had the same address, that they had similar paranormal sightings, and that people believe that there may have been some connection between the energies and hauntings that lie within the houses. But the reason we're watching this is for the spirit box session that I performed and the Obelisk session that I performed on the 2nd floor, both in the children's bedroom and inside the attic crawl space where they believe that this murderer hid until the family went to bed. I'm finally getting started here on the 2nd floor. I have a few pieces of equipment set up here to see if anything will go off. I have the Obelisk right here in front of me in the doorway to the children's room. I have an action camera at the top of the bed in Josiah and Sarah's room. In the actual crawl space here, I have Ghost Tube SLS. Now that's just like an SLS camera because it does use the LiDAR in the phone, which is the technology that is used to detect faces and shapes and things. That is set to detect human shapes. So it's set up in the closet right there with the REM pod right here. This little crawl space where supposedly the man who committed these crimes might have hidden while the Moore family got ready for bed. So we'll see what happens here. I have digital voice recorder. I also have a spirit box as well. This could get pretty interesting. Right here in the attic crawl space, it said a man hid and waited for this family to go to bed before he did one of the most atrocious things a human being can do. Is your energy still in there? If it is, stand in that doorway. I'm in here all by myself. Are you in there? Are you in there? What was that? What was that? Rolling EVP, this is the Villisca house. Setting this down right here on the bed frame. Is there someone here with me? Is there someone that can hear my voice? I heard there was a terrible and tragic thing that happened here. I would love to know if there's an energy in this house and who that is. Is there someone hiding in the crawl space, in the attic area? For a long time, no one's been able to find out who actually did this. Can you tell me the name of the person who did this to the family, the Moore family? Have you ever heard the name Sally? Does the name Sally mean anything to you?
Okay, you guys, let's begin our investigation of the Sally house. Ooh, tripwire's going off. Hello? Do you like those lights there on the ground? If you do, can you try and make them all light up at the same time? Whoa. They just all lit up. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. These lights here are pretty interesting, aren't they? They light up and they make pretty colors, and they let me know that you're here and that you can hear me. Yeah, just like that. Can you try it again for me, just so I know it's you? Can you do all of... Wow. You guys. Wow. Thank you so much. I keep thinking I'm hearing something. I don't know if it's something squeaking or what. In the kitchen in there, I've got a really cool toy on the ground with a silver antenna on it. Can you try and touch that for me? That'll also let me know you're here. I'm going to move the tripwire a little bit. Okay. See this little thing right here? Hear that? Can you try and do the same thing for me? I'll stand over here so you have more space. Wow. This tripwire is going nuts.
Have you ever heard the name Sally? Does the name Sally mean anything to you?
Nothing. It's a bit quiet here to start out with. Maybe that means Dave is getting a lot of activity over at the Sally house, because if what it said earlier is true, that it comes and goes, maybe whatever this energy is that affects people in this house. Maybe that's there with him. I'm gonna come into that crawl space there. I'm coming in. Can you tell me the name of my friend?
No.
No. Do you come and go from the Sally house to here? Do you move between these houses? Starting to get the chills. You can shut that door and shut me in here. Can you do that? Why don't you do that? Are you afraid to do something right now? Whoever this was, you weren't afraid to do that horrific thing. Stay here, I think I heard. Did that horrific act leave an evil energy here in this house? It just said yes. Did that horrific act leave an evil energy here in this house?
I'm gonna come downstairs now. I'm gonna turn this off. Okay, I'm standing in the basement. Can you come down and talk to me? Will you do that? Will you come down here and talk to me? If you don't want to come down here, that's fine. I've got a device right outside of the bathroom door up there that has some colorful lights on it. Can you try and touch that? I just heard movement upstairs. Is there somebody up there?
I have chills. Did that open a doorway for something evil to come in here? Did the Moore family move on and the Stillinger sisters, did they move on and find peace? Family. Yes, the family. Are they here or did they find peace?
Yeah.
Is it dangerous for me to be in this house alone? I'm not afraid of you. What are you going to do to me? I'm hearing a kid now. Who's the child's voice I hear?
Help.
Help? How can I help you? Are you still here? Do you need help? If you need help, make one of these lights go off so I can see that as a sign. I'm leaving the crawl space now. Follow me out. That's me. Have you said anything through this box right here? No, you haven't.
There's a lot of people that come here from all over the world to try and talk to you, huh? Even I've been here before. And I brought you a present the last time we were here. My friend Ryan, he was here with me last time. But tonight, he's in a different house. Do you know which house I'm talking about? Like I said, my friend Ryan didn't come with me tonight. He's in a different house. And we're told that whatever spirit, whatever entity, whatever demon haunts this house, the most terrifying house in America, we're told that same spirit haunts the Villisca axe murder house. Is that true?
Do you know a man named Tony Pickman? What was that? I just heard a loud thumping sound. Hello? Should I be afraid of whatever's in this house? Idiot.
Sally, are you here?
Go away.
Go away? Why do you want me to go away? I came here to the most haunted house in America to talk to you. And I'm not trying to force you to perform or do anything. I'm just simply asking if you will. You don't have to do anything I say or ask. This is your house. And I come with respect. And I hope that you appreciate that, because I know there are a lot of people that come in here and act silly and immature and think this is a game. But this is your house. And I will be respectful as long as I'm here, because it's not my house.
That's so strange. Like, it was giving me responses in there. And now that I stepped out here, it's nothing. And the Ovilus has not said anything since I started. And that is so weird, because Dave always complains about how that thing never stops talking, and it has not said a single thing in this house. Can you make that say a word that'll tell me that you're here? I want to talk to whoever's in this house. Whoever it may be, whether it's Josiah or Sarah or Boyd or Herman or Catherine or the Stillinger sisters. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get the Ghost Tube SLS and break that down, and I'm going to bring it in here. Just so that I know what time it is, because Dave and I have that session planned. And I need to know what time it is. So let me go check. I'm going to move this out here. And ending on Ghost Tube SLS. Okay, it's 11:43.
Homicide.
What? Oh my God. Oh God. Whew, hold on. No way. Oh my God. My hair is standing up on end. I asked right before I went in to break down the Ghost Tube SLS if it could say something to let me know that it could hear me. And it's been quiet this whole time. This whole time. This whole time it's been quiet. And I come out after saying that, and the Ovilus starts talking, and it says homicide. And then it says fate. Ooh, I have chills. Oh my gosh. I think things are starting to ramp up in this house. And I think it is literally 15 minutes before Dave and I have this joint session planned, an Estes session, remotely. Him at the Sally house, me here in Villisca, to see what it can pick up on. But that caught me off guard. That freaked me out a little bit. Out of all the words it could have said, after being quiet this whole time, it says homicide. Wow.
All right, I've come into this bedroom here. I'm not sure whose it was, but I hope you'll come in and talk to me.
Leave here.
Leave here. Why do you want me to leave? Are you tired of people coming into your house?
What?
I said, are you tired of people coming into your house? There are stories of people running out of this house, scared, crying, saying they'll never come back. Talking about getting scratched, getting pushed. Now maybe that's because they come in here and treat you badly, I don't know. But I hope you know that's not me. I'm not that type of person. I'm not here to do that to you. Honestly, I'm just here to talk to you if that's something you want to do.
I can't talk.
Okay? Wow. That's okay. You don't have to talk. I can respect that. But that's okay. You said you can't talk, so I'm going to go ahead and leave the room now, okay?
Well, that ends the compilation of what we believe to be some chilling paranormal activity that we captured inside of haunted crime scenes. I just wanted to take a moment before we end the video and to say that we go into these investigations every time we find a location that is said to be a crime scene that is allegedly haunted. We go in with the utmost respect. Our goal is to tell the story, to find out more information, and our goal is not to show any disrespect towards the victims or anyone that knew them or anyone that still lives that may have known them. So if there's anyone out there watching who has any information for the cases that are still unsolved and would like to relay that information, please contact the law enforcement of that particular jurisdiction to relay that information so that hopefully some of these cases that are a mystery are not a mystery anymore. We thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. And if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. Leave us a comment down below telling us what you think about some of the paranormal activity showcased in this video or about some of the cases showcased in this video. And we'll see you next time. The next location, on the next investigation, on our paranormal quest. Bye. If you enjoyed that video, here's another one just like it right up here. Or if you're looking for something different, down here on the bottom is a fitness video from a channel I just started. We want to thank all of our YouTube members and Patreon supporters for making all of this possible. And we'll see you next time.